A company just spent $500 million on cloud in a single month. Uber burned through its entire 2026 AI coding budget by April. And Microsoft is actively ripping AI licenses out of its own engineers' hands. Every AI guru is screaming at you to sell tools. But the biggest companies on the planet are bleeding cash because they bought tools without a clear strategy. Here is the $500 million mistake everyone is making and how you can get paid to fix it. I run an AI consulting business that has generated about $1 million in revenue. We have completed over 50 projects, working with small businesses all the way up to billion-dollar enterprises. My co-founder Ali and I started Monk AI Group with zero playbook for any of this. We have now helped over 100 people build profitable AI consulting businesses using this exact model I'm about to show you. And the wild part, you don't need to write a single line of code to run it. In this video, I'm breaking down the 3 layers that separate the companies bleeding millions from the companies actually profiting from AI. But first, let me show you why the entire sell the tool playbook is quietly imploding right now. Look, every approach the gurus are pushing has the same fatal flaw. They all sell access. Sell an AI wrapper and Anthropic ships a feature next month that does it for free. Sell raw token access and you're reselling someone else's product with markup until the price collapses to zero. That's a race to the bottom, and you're racing against companies worth nearly $1 trillion. Anthropic just hit a $965 billion valuation with a $47 billion revenue run rate. You simply can't compete against them. Nobody is going to pay you to be a worse version of Claude, but they will pay you to be the person who tells them what to do with it. Because right now, businesses feel like they have been handed powerful medication and told to figure out their own dosage. That's exactly how you end up with a $500 million overdose. Picture this. A company gives thousands of employees unrestricted access to Claude. No spending caps, no monitoring, no token budgets. Reports show employees were running enterprise-grade AI to check the weather and write simple messages. At scale, even those trivial tasks can become a financial liability. And agentic workflows where AI starts and tackles tasks on its own can burn up to 1,000 times more tokens than a single chat. Uber handed Claude Code to roughly 5,000 engineers in December. By April, adoption hit 95% and the entire year's budget was gone. Their CTO admitted that he's back to the drawing board because the budget he projected was already blown away. Their COO put it perfectly. He said he can't draw a line between rising token consumption and actual features shipped to users. That's not a tool problem. That's the absence of an operating system around the tool. So here is the model that actually wins, and it has 3 layers. The same 3 layers behind every successful engagement we have delivered. Layer 1 is systems. This is the X-ray. Before you let a single AI agent touch anything, you map the data flows and where the money is leaking. The $500 million incident, Uber, Microsoft, every one of them failed at this exact layer. No real-time cost visibility, no monitoring, and no idea where the tokens were actually going. Look at what the survivors did. Amazon scrapped raw token counts for a metric they call normalized deployments. Salesforce stopped measuring tokens entirely and started measuring completed tasks. They cut $100 million in support and ran a migration 18 times faster because they measured business value instead of consumption. So that's layer 1. You don't prescribe AI until you can see exactly where the work gets stuck and where the cash leaks out. But systems are only half of the picture because tools don't break budgets, people do. So layer 2 is teams. This is where you study human behavior and incentives. And it's where every company in this story imploded. Amazon built an internal leaderboard called Kiro Rank to track who used AI the most. It got deprecated on May 29th, just 2 days before I'm recording this. Why? Because employees started token maxing. They deliberately routed pointless tasks through AI just to climb the ranking. earnings. Meta did the same thing. Their leaderboard ranked 85,000 employees, and in a single 30-day window, they burned 60 trillion tokens. The top user alone consumed 281 billion tokens running idle agents all day. There is a law for this. When a measure becomes a target, it stops being a good measure. Amazon's own senior vice president had to tell staff, please don't use AI just for the sake of using AI. The incentive structure was broken, so smart people rationally gamed it. You cannot architect AI for a team until you understand what the team is actually rewarded to do. That's layer 2. And only now, with systems mapped and humans understood, do you get to layer 3. Layer 3 is AI implementation. This is where you finally deploy. But you deploy with hard token limits, clear return on investment measurement, and strict governance baked in from day one. Microsoft's response to its own bleed is a perfect example. They are cutting Claude Code licenses across about 100,000 employees by a hard end of June deadline, and they're redirecting the engineers to a tool with tighter cost controls. Heavy users were costing $500 to $2,000 per engineer every month. That's the difference between AI as a cost center and AI as a savings center. Now let me show you what this looks like when you do all three together. We ran an AI audit for one of the largest manufactured housing operators in the US. The business had grown faster than the systems holding it together. They wanted to become AI first, but had no idea where to start. They thought they had an AI problem, but what they actually had was a foundation problem, and they couldn't see it. So we started with their systems. We identified that the same home sale was tracked in 3 different places that didn't reconcile. Nobody could tell us with confidence what was actually true. When analyzing the team, we found that their most senior analysts were spending 60 to 70% of their time just assembling data. They barely had time to analyze the data and make decisions that could drive growth. When we got to the AI layer, we realized one person had quietly built an AI agent that worked with 80% accuracy and solved a real problem, but nobody else could access it. No documentation, no oversight. If that person walked, it walked with them. That's the $500 million problem in miniature. Powerful AI, but zero harness. That's why we didn't pitch solutions right away or throw another AI tool at them. We ran a 4-week audit embedded across 12 departments and over 35 people. We mapped their systems first, then their teams, then and only then the AI. At the end of the audit, we handed them a governed AI transformation roadmap to recover over 1,000 hours per year and protect revenue leaking out of a broken process. That's judgment work. And judgment is the one thing that AI can't commoditize. So here is how you actually monetize this chaos. Right now, the panic is the opportunity. Only 1% of leaders believe that their AI governance is mature. You don't need to be technical to tackle this. You need to be a great listener who can spot a business dysfunction. The offer is simple. You sell a paid AI audit, somewhere between 5 and 50 grand depending on the company size. You diagnose their risks, map their workflows, and provide a complete AI transformation roadmap, including solutions with return on investment projections. You get help from Claude or whatever AI model you are using to handle the intelligence work, the process mapping, and the data analysis. And you charge for the judgment work, the strategy nobody else can replicate. Think about that math from the client's chair. When the alternative is a $5 million incident, a $25,000 audit isn't an expense. It's the cheapest insurance they will ever buy. Here is the part that should reframe everything for you. The AI bubble isn't bursting. What's bursting is the unmanaged AI bubble. Handing an employee a tool without a system is how you vaporize $500 million into tokens. But walking in, diagnosing the bottlenecks, and architecting a measured, governed transformation is how you build a premium consulting business. The tool sellers are racing a model that gets cheaper every month. The architects get more valuable with every release because the companies that win in the next era won't be the ones adopting AI the fastest. They will be the ones who build the harness before they build the agent. And the people who save them from the bloat will out-earn the people building the tools. This channel is an open playbook on how we built a 7-figure AI consulting business, so you can do the same. Click the video you see on the screen to learn more of the AI consulting playbook, and I will see you there.